had been requested upon me to make another tutorial video, and I thought, hey, cool, why not? I didn't think anyone really cared, so thank you. I mean, your comment tells me that there's at least one person who wants to see it, right? So, thanks. Like, for real, thank you. Sometimes it takes a simple comment to remind you that someone's still out there, right? There should be like an achievement for getting last place so frequently. Nothing? Nothing? And like, how many people knew that was coming? Has anyone ever won like top spot? Does anyone know somebody who's actually won the top spot? Anyways, get this out of the way, and then we're gonna jump off that cliff because that's what people do when they don't win money, right? But that's what I'm gonna do anyways. It's gonna be fun. So let's see what kind of fun we can have. Oh, whoa, whoa, buddy. Whoa. What are you doing? I don't know what I did, but this is gold and I have to slow this down. Oh my god. I'm so happy I'm recording this. Okay, slow animation. Let's get all these menus out the way. I'm not even sure what he's supposed to be doing. Whacking, waving, inflatable arm waving tube man. Okay, I can use this. So, so what had happened is I went over to that counter over there. No, wait, over there behind me, and I checked my lottery tickets, and I did not win. So, as the story goes, I was even explaining this. I'm just doing what people would normally do when you don't win a lot of money. You just jump off a cliff. So I am in the process of jumping off a cliff, and this is the picture we're going to do today. And I mentioned before, and I'll do it again now, I got a comment that a request for more tutorial videos, and I was like, yeah, I didn't think anyone really watched, or you know, like knowing that one person cares, like who's actually watching is like, absolutely. Oh, look at that down there. We got a good view too. So whenever I take pictures, I like to use existing light. So the circle below me is obviously a bright yellow. So I'll use my third light, always for my back side in this case. So buttons far to the right, so I'll use the right farthest button so I won't forget. And it's going to be my entire backlight for this whole shot, and probably all the future ones to come after it as well. Because I want to be the background and do the whole room, because I want that circle to like radiate its brightness even to the sky, I'm going to use the type 3 light to fog the entire area and go like super strong with it, because I want it to be over bright on his back. That way when you come to the front, you get those really awesome like overexposed lines on his face. It looked really good in my opinion, and I shoot for it quite frequently. Wrong buttons. Okay, I don't need the label here anymore. That's to hide my chat, by the way. That's why it's there. I don't need to hide it right now. Okay, so taking existing colors, the sky, or roof rather, I would say more of a reddish orange, because the carpet. I'm going to use light 2 on the right side, and then number 1 on the left, just because left and right on these buttons here, just so I remember where they are. I kind of feel Final Fantasy as a whole seems to favor the warmer side of color spectrums. I often find myself adding more blue into almost everything I do just to get accurate colors, in my opinion. I feel they're kind of off sometimes. So even though I went for an orange, it just like, it kind of made them weird. I want to add shine to them, which will make them darker. And usually you can compensate the darkness by adding +2 to every light. In most situations, so he's darker now. So I'm going to add +2. Well, I can't for this one, that's my backlight, but I can for this. That nearly adds everything that I had before, but now he's got a shine. And his hair here on the forehead side there's not enough light there. So I'll use my remaining first light a little more here to kind of give more shine at the end of his tips of his hair. And for this one, I don't want to fog out the surroundings, so I'm going to use type 1 to keep the light localized close to him without ruining the background or anything else around it by just shining way too much light on it. I'm just double tapping the light button. We'll just reposition it wherever your camera happens to be. It always drops it right in front of your camera. The values will never change. Okay, so now I can distinctly see like lines of his hair opposed to the background. So now it's about coloring, and do we want to further alter his pose? So again, as my last video, this is NVIDIA's photo mode, known as Ansel. And if you have an NVIDIA card, probably within the last 5 years, you have this tool. I think it's Control V or something to open it up. I have a hotkey for it I made, and I've been using it for so long, I don't remember what the original is anymore. So obviously the colors are way off. This is from something else I did prior, so I'm just going to go back and reset everything to default. As I mentioned in the past video, if you do end up using this tool, make sure you do your layers of things, because if you have one over the other, it does have some sort of effects. Notice how depth of field over details, it does change how things are. And special effects also plays into these. So when you're taking your photo, just make sure you have these three especially layered in the correct order. Depending on how you have it lined up, you could have like a halo blur effect around the figure that's not always desirable, and it can ruin a photo. So just make sure you have them in the correct order. You'll figure it out as you're taking it. But I've had it happen to me before where my lines weren't sharp, they were blurred, and I couldn't figure out why. I found that having the depth of field probably as the last position worked best for me. Then all my coloring effects were first. So that's what I would recommend, honestly. If you don't have the NVIDIA tool, you probably have something similar by AMD. And I don't know what that one's called. Google will be your best friend on that one. However, a lot of what I'm doing here, if you right click on any photo you've ever taken and click on edit with photos through Microsoft, it comes with your computer, you legit have these tools, and you can do this if you don't have this. Hey, Xaroc here. I've made mention a few times in my how to Gpose videos, if you don't have the Ansel NVIDIA tool, just use the Windows one. I haven't shown it off yet, so here's how we use the Windows one. I grabbed a picture from my gallery, and it's this one here. You can do it from here, from the photos that comes with Windows, or you can right click on the picture in question and edit with photos. It'll open up the same thing, but we're just not having to click the edit button within the photos window. So either way, it'll get you to the same place. Over here, you're going to go to adjustments. You can do filters, but they're cookie cutter style filters that don't really give you full control over your photo. Go to adjustments. Here you can click on the light and color to expand, but also light and color are its own sliders. So go ahead and grab whatever picture you have, play with those sliders, you know, change your exposure, your highlights, your colors, your saturation. This is how I make a decent photo look a lot better. Colors play a huge factor in any photo. It's a difference between your eyes popping out, being red and crazy, and adding more clarity gives you that good like shine. Vintage gives the darkness around. I probably made it look worse by doing this, but it also shows that it pays to know what you're doing, and it pays to take the time. Don't rush this. Give it time. There's a reason my photos take like 10 to 15 minutes each one usually, just because if you rush it, you got yourself a quick photo. If you take the time, you got yourself a great photo. Don't forget that. The Windows photo is stock, comes with Windows, but it is a great handy tool. And Instagram is also a really good way to really boost up your game. Thanks. Anyways, back to the video. Bloom is a lot of fun. It's like, I see a lot of this on Instagram where they like crank it way up and all of a sudden they're in like Ilmeg and like the flowers are blooming. On that instance, it's really cool, but it destroys your sharp lines. Tint is okay for color correcting, but I don't use it all that much. I normally use it to inject more reds where I'm lacking them, that's about it. I find the temperature gauge, again, the game naturally favors orange a lot. I find myself injecting more blue into it constantly. And then when it becomes washed out, just add more color to fill it in, more vibrance. And then you can scale back into more blue, compensate with more vibrance, and then you really get that punchy, like, just notice the outline around his body, the yellow bottom light, number 3, is really dominant now because we've cranked up the vibrance so high that, yeah, we're exchanging blues for reds, but the mids, like orange and yellows, are benefiting on both scales. That's why they're highlighting so much. So bringing down the gamma to pull that like fog out of the air and really have the contrast colors just like kick you in the face. It's always what I go for. The dark photos, even on my Instagram, they're the ones that stick out the most. Because again, everyone's lovey-dovey on Instagram, everyone's hugging, everyone's in love. So when you do something like this, it's dark and I want to destroy things. You know, embrace the side that you don't see 100 times, you know? It adds a little extra fun to it. As the previous video, because my image incorporates a background, abide by your third's law. You should have him on one edge of your screen as a third. Therefore, your background, such as the event circle square, do they call it event square? But the event area, it's clearly a circle, is in shot. And something like this, I feel, needs particles because he's flying through the air. So I want like that slow motion dramatic effect as he's like wailing. Screen effect? Yes, particle. I'm gonna add a little shadowing on the side just a bit. Because of my shadowing, he's a little darker. I'm gonna fix this by adding more, what is it? Highlights. I'm going to adjust the color to his front a little bit more. And this was the back one, this was the front. Yeah. See, memory for lights. It's so important. Much better. His skin was like looking a bit washed out and not very lit up. And this is like a casino, and he'd always be lit up. So you get that really nice zoom effect. Pull him into the camera, I'm like all the way zoomed in. it gives that really nice stretched out depth of field. I like Kiki's cackle. I want to get like an audio clip of it later and have it as like a foot beginner to videos and stuff. Would be fun. Or like a subscription sound in the future. So I'm further adjusting the camera, getting my character in place. And I will start with this one. I got my photo, and again, I go to super resolution. This is upgraded to a 4K, but because of the double wide monitor pixel count, it's 8K. So I mentioned that in the last video, and I got a question about it, and I was like, I said Google it, so I'm saying it again. Google it. Shut up. Google it. What is that face? That Kiki foot. I've never seen that icon before. Hey, I'm a newbie. I already told you that. Ah, so you guys actually get to witness this loading bar I kept mentioning on the wedding. I legit have been a Twitch lurker for like, I watched like Markiplier and Jack a few times, and then like never used it for like 2 years. I've been like Amazon Prime user for like ever. I've just never redeemed anything. And so now I start taking photos, trying to get a little bit of a community going, and having Twitch around to actually show it live to more than just 2 people in Discord is like, now I get to show it to 2 people on Twitch. Upgrade. So I mean, at least I have more seating, but you know, it's also the main focus of this is I'm recording this as well, and a lot of this will end up on YouTube as part of a tutorial. So trying to make it fun, trying to get people involved, and then as time goes on, I want people to give input. It looks like Super Mario. Yay! He looks like he's jumping to hit a coin or something. I wasn't even intending this. Without you, this stream would be quiet and not nearly as knee-tappingly exciting for the 2 people who are watching it. Ooh, let's do an undershot. Really show that he's lost the lottery. We'll put it like right on a railing so it looks like you're in the position at somebody standing with your hands on the railing watching this unfold. The music is great. There's one song called Dark Matter that I use from Stream Beats. If you type in Dark Matter on any streaming platform, he offers it for free. You can hear it right now. It's like the ending audio music I've been using for the end of all my YouTube videos, because I was listening one day and I heard that song and I was like, where do I get this? And then I found out it was free. I was like, what? So that's when I investigated, found him, Harris and Alpha Gaming. I was just like, dude, you're amazing. And like, I became an instant fan. And yeah, he showed me that guy Sam Woodhall, and he taught me everything I know about editing. I'm editing videos because of him. So I've been making sure I tag them in like all my videos. Like you know it. This is you, man. Like, thanks. I really like this song. I kind of got lost listening to it for a moment. Okay, I gotta focus. I'm so losing my focus. So I'm altering his body a bit to make him kind of seem like he's falling more. Oh. Right there. That was pretty intense. His right arm. So I'm focusing on his right arm now. I want to give him more of a flailing effect as he's falling. I'm more working on each individual joint, getting his arm back into a straight position, and you gotta do each joint by itself. I need his arm to come back. A little bit. I'm pretty happy with that outlook for that arm. We'll move to the next one. Can't move the black. Ooh, camera. Don't run away on me like that. I'm so far zoomed in, it's probably half my problem. Okay, so I think I've got his arms in a position I think would be believable if he was flailing, jumping off this. I kind of like standing on the railing and then doing like a backflip off it. I kind of feel most people would flail. I would, so the feet and everything are still kind of stock, so I want to change those and get them into more of a stretched out, relaxed position. And I'll start with the right leg. If he was doing a backflip, he would be like, you know, you arc your back backwards. So I would believe his feet would have his waist, foot to feet would have that arc motion, which I'm going for now. his toes would also be pointed because he's propelling himself. So we'll do that as well. So slightly pointed. So I gotta bring his arch of his foot down as well. And then same thing on the other foot. The turn on the foot's already good, and I'm not going to touch that. And backwards. I'll turn his foot a little bit because it's off the side. I want it to go more that way. How are your toesies? Oh, hey, Kite. How's it going, bud? Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I gotta give a little more lean on his toes. Hey, Kite. I didn't win the giant cactpot thing. So the most reasonable thing was to, jump off the railing. So that's what we're doing today. And I'm taking a tutorial pose of me jumping off this railing because I did not win. This is what people do, yes? Anyways, this is what Xaroc does. That's why Xaroc is constantly bruised and injured. He does things like this. Okay. I think I'm okay with this. So let's get out of this one and we'll get some more pictures taken. Going crazy again. It's going almost done with work. Nice, bud. I mean, the fact that you can even watch this while you're at work, I mean, mad respect for that, bro. Like, seriously. Right, I want one from the railing, I never took it. And you're a bad boy. Please turn around. Thank you. At least this way. Hey, listening's cool too. I mean, at the very least, you get to enjoy some music. By Stream Beats, by the way. I get a little bit of watch time, and hey, we'll get to hang out. It's fun. Thanks, man. So because my subject incorporates a background yet again, I'm trying to position the railing so it hits my corner of my screen and still have all other elements with something viewable in them. We don't want to have a character on a third plateau and nothing to see. So I'm trying to make sure every corner of the picture has some sort of color variation and something pretty, rather than just occupying space. I have my depth of field set up for that smooth curve as we talked about last time. Find your depth, ease into it a little bit, so only he's there. The railing starts off smooth and slowly fades away as it goes on. now we have to wait again. Got some more time for coffee. That's a good one. You can see like almost the entire ring of like the railing almost in a full circle. I'm going to adjust my lighting a bit more on this one. I want the focus to be a little more on him in the middle. I'll pull in the dark edges a bit and probably add a little special effects on it to pull the screen and the edges a little bit more. It takes away my true blacks, but if you pay attention to the top part, it's stretching the lights out as well in the very top of the screen. So for this one, I'll add, I'm gonna call it like 35%. And it does mess with my colors, but nothing I can't tint, but it's giving me that wraparound effect on the edges, and it kind of gives that really nice depth of field. And it does darken my edges as I already wanted, but I'm gonna further do that some more still. Too much sharpness, it starts to look grainy. So a lot of sharpness really does look good on some photos, but it completely destroys others. And the same, I guess, could be for clarity. I mean, in this one, the low clarity and sharpness actually benefit, because I can boost a little bit of a blur. And it's already starting to happen. If you look at the top of his jacket, there's already a bit of a radius around it, and I can play into that. As always, I want very, very strong colors. I'm going to increase gamma because I want that little bit of a haze around him. Because you kind of see that in areas like this where there's a lot of light, there's a lot of lens flare and pollution. A lot of reflection. Bright highlights because we want that underline of his body to really just shine. High contrast as always. And then how much of the background do we want to incorporate and how much do we want to blur out? If I can find it, I'm going to add another one of these onto it. And the second marker of the limb darkening will pull the edges towards the top and bottom more, almost like that cinematic effect. Rather than the edges, it kind of goes a little eyeball. And for the ultra wide aspect, it makes it look like an iris. Kind of gives you that whole golden eye effect. And it's really cool. I like to incorporate it in things like the special effects that we added on earlier that already darkened our limbs on the edges, because it allows them to work together and they blend into each other and just further accents. The loading bar. Welcome to the loading bar. You think this is bad? Just wait until you start editing videos, or maybe you do edit videos and you already know what I'm talking about. So much time spent waiting when you can be working. What should be the name of a real bear? The loading bear? I know he said bar. I seen bear, and I went, wait, if he had the loading bear, that'd be funny. It's like a little bear you'd hug. He'll help you get through the 30-second waits. Oh my god, I want a loading bear now. And then when he leaves you, he just leaves a 404 message, not found. After you spent loading for so long. Okay, let's work on a different pose. Oh, yeah, I forgot I'm still flailing. I forgot I'm flailing. Oh, oh, ow. What is happening? Oh my god. This is amazing. I'm in a constant state of falling. What is happening? Okay, I have to try something. Okay, I can sprint. I can sprint while falling. I can fall while falling. Can I sit? What happens if I sit? Nothing, I'm still falling. Oh, I just glitched into the chair. Okay. Oh, I fell now. Oh, I fell again. And again. This is like Dragon Ball. You just lose. I'm Krillin. You just lose over and over again. Woo, buddy! Sonic the Hedgehog! Yes! Go! I can totally work with this. So, in my last video, I talked about the unintentional photos you find while G-posing. This is one of them. This is one of them. So let's do something with this. Thanks, man. I don't know what I did, but it did, and I'm totally benefiting from it. Something I can probably further edit on my own to make something happen. It's just not like in the camera too much. Just a lot of light to deal with. That's pretty amazing though. So this concludes the How to G-Pose episode 2 based on request. There will be more to come. The video tutorial I took is like a 2-hour chunk, and I've spent like 4 hours editing this already. I need a break, so stay tuned for episode 3 coming a little bit later. Editing takes a long time. Thanks for joining, thanks for supporting. I don't want to be those guys, but hit that like and subscribe. My life of the channel literally depends on it. Thanks, for real. Toodles.